Whenever it gets ready.
I just can't get into podcasts. They're so boring.
You're missing out. You guys should really check out this new one. It's called Keep It 99.
Keep It 99, huh?
House of the Dragons, Season 3, Episode 1, Hot D, recap and review. What we call it the Battle of the Gullet is upon us. For anybody that don't know what that is, it's in the book. It's easy. I'm so glad that they started with this in the scene with Jace, which leads to a big pivotal turning point of a character in this show coming up that will change the way y'all see it. Because I see the discourse on the internet of Rhaenyra versus Allison. You will see a change, and of course, in this change, you will hear from our co-host today. It is the Afro coming 765. How you doing that, Dart?
You already know you're local neighborhood. Come back here to the folks of the daily dose of dirtbag, same gimmick, different day, all gas, no breaks, cold hard hot takes, and everything that comes with it. Ready to talk about some hot D and some other stuff.
Harpoons and the kissing of
Yo,
listen, that threw me off. That's not in the book. Listen, Allison and
it's not Westeros. It's not Westeros if there's not some incest, some schmincest going on.
That kid threw me off. I was not expecting it. And I know a lot that happens in this show, even though they changed some things, but I knew a lot that. Listen, that kid.
It's the Targaryen way at the end of the day, though. You got to remember.
Yeah. But Allison.
King literally married his sister.
I got a question about Allison in the books in the normal story. Allison does not betray the Greens because she's probably the most staunch person according to the things in the book. But that dynamic is intriguing to me because I actually feel like I like it. When I saw a lot of people complain about it because it didn't make sense to them, but I actually like it because it gives Rhaenyra to me. I want to know what y'all thoughts are. More ammunition to be so pissed off. It gives even more ammunition to be pissed off. Cause she gonna feel Afro. She gonna feel like, she lied to me.
She definitely look, as soon as she finds out everything that happened, she's immediately gonna be like, this bitch backdoored me.
Crazy thing is,
or attempted to. She did not backdoor her at all. In fact, she's still trying to fucking save it by fucking. Well, we'll get when her telling Aemon to go and face Daemon.
Yeah, so she's trying to save it where the situation and Christian Cole would be in danger as well if all this happens. So she's trying to protect them with isn't her baby brother?
Yes, it's her little brother.
Yeah, look, her baby brother. Yeah, her little brother's there with red hair, which throws me off of who he's supposed to be.
The high tower features.
And I'm like, why has he not got other?
I did like that when we got to the part with Daemon in the West, we actually get to see the dying of the lions. Because if you folks remember, they talk about how there used to be lions in the Westerlands, but during the Dance with the Dragons, the lions end up dying out. And then when they show fucking Daemon in the West, the nigga's literally stabbing a lion in the neck.
That was fire, by the way. Damon in that scene was fire. I do got another thing. Afro. Seeing a Stark cut off a Lancaster's head and throw it at Damon.
Yeah. you love Starks and Lannisters have always hated each other. Fucking, you gotta think. One is from the western warm lands of gold and gold mines, and very much you gotta think of it as this, folks. But the Lannisters are from California, and the Starks are from fucking Alaska, brother. So same continent, two very different ways of life. And it's also it's funny right now seeing the Targaryens and the fucking Starks work together again, because the Starks were the last of the seven kingdoms to bend the knee. The North held out the longest.
They did.
And then Torrhen Stark, the king who knelt.
But yeah, seeing the Starks come down and help Daemon and then deliver the head. Listen, that was a fire scene. I like that. So it kind of sets up the Starks.
I fuck with Daemon.
They kept that promise.
You got to admit, one of the hardest graphics one of the hardest shots from this show so far has been Damon stabbing a lion in the neck while Caraxes is just behind him setting shit on fire. That was just gas. I was like, that's just hard. Just all Diddy, nigga. Just niggas out here killing lions while his dragons over here just scorching shit.
Yeah, that's some things I do like. We're gonna try to go over as much as I can. I'm just reading the random notes I'm seeing. The other thing is, one thing I didn't like, so we're gonna just go from what I didn't like and did like. How did Jace convince that guard so easily to lock her in that room?
I think what he did was he played on the guard's sense of duty, because the king's guard and the queen's guard are supposed to be, they are the shield of the king or queen. You know what I mean? Like, not when you look at not all of them are Jaime Lannisters. If you're still equating, if you want to equate, this is a time where a lot more of the knights were probably like Sir Barristan Selmy than fucking Jaime Lannister. So like, he probably, it's fucked up. But and make no mistakes, folks. That Queen's Guard nigga is probably about to lose his head post haste. No ifs, ands, or buts.
He gone. He is gone.
Yeah, he is probably donezo, especially after Rhaenyra finds out everything. But I think that Jace played on the noble knight's intentions, and honestly, it makes sense, because even though it wasn't in all reality a trap, in the end, it was a trap. You know what I mean? Like, the universe made it a trap, which adds a different, because like I said, I like to think about in the terms of this show, where, folks, if you don't know, the book is all written from rumors and secondhand tellings and fucking word of mouth. So I honestly sort of like to think of fucking watching the show, we're actually getting to see firsthand what happened. So like, I sort of kind of equate that to like the differences is like, well, after we've all played a game of telephone as a kid, and you know how different the message gets by the time it gets to the end of the line. So I like to sort of think of it as, this is how these retellings were twisted, but this is how it went down. And like with some of that, you can see how it was turned in the books, like how it looked like this, but was really like that. And I think that's a really smart way of doing it.
I do too. Like, for instance, like I said, the Alicent Rhaenyra situation, we were talking about this a little bit before the show. That whole situation, there are people like that wasn't in the book, but from the people who were telling the story, who would know they met? There's
only no one
4 people knew, and one of them passed away, and none of the other 3 wrote it.
4 people knew, and none of them were a maester. So like, no one had a reason to write this shit down.
Yeah. And then after we saw this episode and what happens, I'm pretty sure neither one of them is gonna be able to tell or will tell what happened.
It's not going to matter either way.
What I'm saying, it does not matter, because it still leads to the same point.
Yes,
it's still
which is why I like to look at it as like, fucking the book was told from other people's point of view. Maybe this is us not maybe this is us getting to see it from the point of view of the actual people. Yeah.
And George R.R. Martin is signing off on this, apparently. So
yeah, and that nigga ain't went senile yet. He's still out here buying Taiwanese hookers and shit with all that money, instead of writing the fucking Winds of Winter so we can get a Dream of Spring and be done. It's crazy. We got 2 books left. This nigga's almost 90. We ain't never gonna get that shit.
What if he just playing like that? What if he get the right on his deathbed? He just released the one before and you never get the end.
Yo, that would be so horrible if he released the Winds of Winter and then dies before a Dream of Spring can drop. I would cry, literally.
It would, but
legitimately weep. Weep is a bit strong. I would shed a tear, because it is such a good fucking story and it deserves an ending. Not the one that HBO gave us.
I agree. Another thing about this is we didn't ever hear about Aegon's situation and what happened with Aegon and
Clubfoot.
Yeah, Clubfoot. We didn't see that situation, but I thought it was hilarious that his pride almost got him killed. So my boy literally said, he's King at gun. Look at his crown is in his bag. We're not dying right here because he's pride. So
all of that could have been avoided if this nigga would have just took a knee and fucking been like, I swear, Fieldy, cross your fucking fingers, nigga. Damn.
Yeah, and somebody they were asking. Most of these are just Twitter questions. So I won't just go over things I saw that people confused about. I'm like, why he betrayed him so fast? He didn't betray him. He survived. They were gonna get that
He
shit chopped off
literally saved his fucking life. That is the opposite of betrayal.
Yeah, he is smart. He like, hey, if we get back here,
Lone Clubfoot wasn't trying to die, brother.
Yeah, this man is finna get our
and he
head
kept
chopped
Aegon
off.
alive while he was doing it.
And he knew the whole time, by the way, because soon as the dude like chopped their head off, now he's like, you're gonna waste that opportunity right now instead of sitting us off. Like,
Nigga, you can get some knighthood. You show up with up with Aegon alive to fucking Rhaenyra.
Yeah, what you gonna do? Take a bounty when you can change your life, sir? Are you really? And he like, what about them? Ain't nobody instantly gone.
He was like, no one of consequence, yo. Cold game, brother.
Immediately gone. So I don't even know. So that whole betrayal thing is so. I'm like, he didn't betray him. He survived. He's going to end up surviving because of. Even though I have a question about because we're gonna find out something in this show that I'm looking forward to probably next season.
There's so many spots coming up in this season from the books that there's so much potential for just amazing TV. Like we were talking about before the show, we're slowly, or maybe not even slowly, rapidly approaching the first showdown between Aemond and Daemon, and like, cool. Vhagar versus Caraxes is gonna slap. The Bloodworm versus the fucking brood mother of all of these fucking recent dragons. So
yeah, so I'm looking like it's a lot to look forward to. Most of this episode was just fighting, some cool scenes. We saw Alan with bitch face.
Yeah, with the bitch fist, Lothar, Lohan.
That fighting scene was
call her Lois.
Yeah, that scene was dope.
The naval combat in this episode was done so fucking well. From Corlys maneuvering through the fucking teeth to fucking watching the bitch fist fleet get fucking smashed on the rocks, only for them to fucking end up in a boarding fight, yo. Like, it was all just super well done. I'm constantly in awe of the way that the showrunners and fucking these Game of Thrones and Game of Thrones adjacent properties, like the way they choreograph these fucking big battles is so fucking good. Because it perfectly encapsulates what you would think, at least what I would think, the chaos of fucking a hand-to-hand war would look like, yo.
Yeah, they did a really good job from the ship fights to. We even found the reason why they asked to join, and we're like, if they don't show up, if the dragons don't show up, we wasn't supposed to help y'all. We just won't see smoke.
Yeah, like they were literally just wanted the sea snake. They were like, yeah, we're just trying to get that nigga. Like Lothar, whatever I can't remember. Is it Lohar? I think it's Lohar. I'm just gonna call her the bitch fist. Fucking when the bitch fist, like, just her setting up, her throwing which I don't think this is where the other Lannister twin dies.
I don't think it's so easy. I gotta think about it, but we'll find out next episode. But I don't think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll find out in the next episode. But I don't believe he died fucking by drowning. But the show is changing, and like we just said, the book is from secondhand accounts, and we are seeing firsthand. So
yeah,
who knows?
I know another thing people were talking about was Afro Jace. They completely changed this because in the book, I saw some people on X and other places tell you that in the book he's trying to save his two brothers. That's not true. That did not happen in the book. Sea Snake was not there either. They added that because if y'all know, Nettles is not in this show.
The sheep stealer. Sheep stealer, not sea snake. The sea snake is Corliss.
Oh yeah, sheep still. Yeah, but
Sheep
Nettles is not.
stealer.
Yeah, Nettles is not in this show.
Yeah, Nettles has been sort of fused with Rhaena's character.
Yeah, so Rhaena rode him, and that did not happen in this show. In the show, he just flew too close, and then he got pulled out and he drowned. Which I prefer this because Jason's like a hero in this one. He's like, I gotta protect my little sister, and so I gotta go down low and protect her, and it looked cool. And then he didn't just drown; he got
his cousin, or sister-in-law.
Yeah, sister-in-law. Listen, it gets
sister-in-law and cousin.
Yeah, it gets very complicated.
You got to remember, his stepdad's his great uncle. You know what I mean? So
it gets very convoluted here. So
it's hard to keep everybody's fucking familial ties like straight when everyone's fucking everyone.
Yeah, but that is one thing I did thought about. But I like this one better than him drowning because he went too low. It gave him heroic.
But the look on his face, yo, like the coming up out of the water, he's like, "Damn, I just lost my dragon," and immediately gets shot. I was like, "Oh, okay, I like that. It gives a lot more gravitas than fucking nigga got drowned, nigga flew too close, got stuck in the drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it felt better. He got harpooned by multiple harpoons that way. It didn't work.
And Targaryen held on for as long as he could because he's one of the smaller dragons.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the size of like the Bloodworm or Vagar or fucking Moondancer is barely smaller than him, but he's not a big dragon. You saw how much bigger Sheep Stealer was bigger than him.
Yes.
I'm still waiting to see the cannibal, though. That's what I'm waiting for this season. And I do believe we should get it this season.
I think so, too, based on the preview at the end, the trailer. Because
I didn't watch the trailers.
But the trailer shows some interesting thing that we know from if you read the book and you see some scenes that excite you, that you know what's going to happen. You know a little bit of where it's going to be around. Because it's the season trailer. It's not next episode. So it's about this season. You're like, okay, I got a little range to run from. But
good, because I do want to see I want to see the cannibal. Yo, I fucks with the cannibal.
This show does an amazing job of making you feel for Rhaenyra and kind of hate Alicent. Even though I think a lot of cases, I think people overhate Alicent because most of it her father doing. But then she got a little pride for herself, ego, but it came out. But Rhaenyra looks like Rhaenyra and Daemon are a lot smarter in the show than they are in the book. I'm sorry, they are a lot more politically savvy.
But you gotta remember the book is secondhand, so we're not getting to see what they actually
in the book
were
like
from the book. We're getting, or they're the story is told that they're stupid. We don't know that they're actually stupid because this is what the court jester has to say, or what the maester that fucking brought her fucking poppy milk when her period cramps were on. Here, have some heroin.
But you do feel for Rhaenyra, which makes me interested in the rest of the season because both her sons disobeyed her and went behind her back, and they both perished.
And both paid their lives for it.
Yeah. And it's simple because all the men do not trust her simply because she's a woman. And like,
she's a woman.
And they all suffer because of it.
The patriarchy, brother. It's a dual-bladed sword. A double-edged sword.
I firmly believe Rhaenyra, as good as a writer she is at this point, even though Jace is a really good writer too, but at this point, I don't think she has as much problems as Jace ran into.
No, her and Meraxes are locked in. She knows her dragon.
You know what I'm saying? So protecting, knowing not to go low.
Same way with Daemon, though. Daemon and the Bloodworm are niggas is locked in.
Yeah. That's why he can also face one of the bigger dragon. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say that's why he can take on the biggest living dragon in Vagar.
Yeah, so
multiple times.
Because they locked in.
I was gonna say he knows his dragon.
I don't think she has that problem as Jace did with. Like, you don't know what you don't know, even though he's really talented as a writer. They told you throughout the whole thing. He's a really good
but
but you ain't never been in a situation where you have to protect, and then you got people that used to fighting dragons on the water because they literally had weapons to fight dragons because they wanted to fight
yeah. Well, you got to think this was all revenge because never forget remember when Daemon was the king of the fucking when he was the king of the Isles or the king of the fucking was it the Isles? Whatever they call the eastern part the king of the Narrow Sea, the king of the Narrow Sea. Him and Corlys were wreaking havoc on them niggas. Fucking Corlys on the boats, Daemon sliding through on the Bloodworm. Fucking so they were used to dragon fights.
Yeah. And he's not used to fighting people that's used to that. Let's be honest. Even in this episode, when Aemon
he's used to the dragon being the end all be all deterrent. Like once the dragons are Westerosi nukes. You know what I mean? You think the fight's over once they take the field, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, because they even showed it this time. Aemon thought he was invincible with the biggest dragon, but even in this episode, he's like, oh, he has fear now because he's like, oh, I'm not invincible.
He's like, nah, fucking nigga, Vhagar's big, but if Vhagar gets jumped, yeah, she's gonna take down a few with it. But like Vhagar's not winning a 4-on-1 with especially not if Aemon and Rhaenyra are the other riders. It don't matter who the other two are. If you got fucking goddamn Rhaenyra on Meraxes, you got fucking Daemon on the Bloodworm, whether you add in fucking Ulf the Dragon Seed or fucking I can't remember the other one's name, but either way, fucking Vhagar's not winning a 4-on-1 if two of them are Daemon and Rhaenyra.
Yeah, so that
even with her being the brood mother.
They even enforced in this show to let you know that dragons aren't unstoppable, just to set you up for the dragon getting beat without another dragon beating it. They literally foreshadowed it. Like, oh, he's scared. He's afraid because he realized the dragon, just having a dragon isn't the end all be all. Because Jason's pretty sure, like, I don't want mom to lose, but I got a dragon too.
At the end of the day,
Yeah, so he's like, I got a dragon too, so I'm gonna go out there and handle this. I don't want to lose my mom, which I got, by the way. I wasn't mad at. But
no one's faulting Jace for that. He saw the play, even if he didn't see the play, because remember it wasn't supposed to be a trap. I don't think we covered that Alicent showed up to Rhaenyra and.
Yeah, we talked about.
Oh, that was the end of the last season. Yeah. But yeah, Jace was trying to save his mom, and it cost him his life.
Yeah, and the other son did no bad too. So it's like an interesting dynamic, which I'm looking to see. Even though I kind of know.
Well, no, because remember the other son was just doing what he was told. He would, and
but remember she said don't engage. He did.
Yeah.
If you see this, leave. And he saw it, but he didn't leave because they made a deal in bush.
Yeah.
Him and Aemon they talked, and he wasn't supposed to if you see him.
Yeah, he was supposed to ignore Aemon. Well, Aemon wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, but so he got caught unaware. I understood his more than Jason. Jason's was like, I'm gonna be a hero. His was more.
But Jace saw the play, even if it didn't, and even if it wasn't an intentional setup, the result was still a setup.
Yeah, Alicent fought hard to make sure this can work too. She fought. She sent Aemon away. She kissed him and about, hey, go over there. You're like, okay, mom.
Yo, niggas, listen. This is why you can't feel bad for Targaryens, because the way this nigga just kissed his mom, I'm like, come on, bro. Come on. I mean, it's the Targaryen way. Never forget the king's married to his fucking sister.
He did.
Well, former king, King Aegon after fucking.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro.
Which was important and we saw what's the mythical creature that we saw for a little bit that we don't supposed to see in the corner. I don't know if you saw it because it was like shot closely on the hill.
No, I didn't.
What's the I can't think of the name of the thing. It's the rare species or whatever. I can't remember.
Not the green seers, fucking
I'm trying to think of the name of it. Am I gonna be able to find it? I don't know if I'm gonna find it. Did I put it? Did I like it? Let me see if I liked it on there. Let's see. What's the name of it? I don't know if I liked it. Cause I didn't think about talking about this, but I just saw it, and then I was like, "Oh, that's interesting that it was here." It's the little green thing, but it was behind them when the witch came on the hill.
Oh, I'm gonna go back and look at that scene.
Let's see, what was it? I'm trying to see if I can. Oh yeah, that's the green man.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the Green Seers.
Yeah, the green. It was in the background on that hill. I don't know if people saw it. I put it in the thing.
I did not see it, but
it's on the hill right here. Both of you see it. Let me put it. There you go. It was on the hill.
oh, okay, yeah. Damn, no, I did not notice that when I was watching. But in my defense, I was watching the episode at like 8 o'clock in the morning, right after I woke up. Shout out to Joe.
But yeah, so I didn't see it either until they bring it up, and I did go watch it during my lunch break. But I'm like, I didn't notice that either. But yeah, the witch seemed to be very important. And notice the witch, they saw it before, and then she appeared after they saw it. So I'm curious to how that worked.
Yeah, because remember, it scared off while he was taking a shit.
Yeah. And then when they looked up and saw the creature, she showed up right behind him, because they were arguing about. He like, yo, we don't see Vhagar, and he didn't show up. We going home. Oh, I did like their conversations because they showed who's loyal and the other two are not loyal.
Yeah, which sets us up for stuff that will happen later on.
Yeah, my boy like we made a vow to the princess. He's like, I don't give a about that.
Leave it to the black man to keep it solid, yo.
Like,
leave it to the black man to keep it fucking solid.
What are we gonna tell
him? In the end, here, think they're gonna leave. Vhagar is now heading that way.
Yeah, so even though the witch did kind of motivate them to go another way, because you are needed somewhere else. And
yeah,
in the story, didn't they show up? But I don't think they showed up in this show.
No. You might be right.
I thought in the book they showed up, but I don't think they didn't make it in the show. Which interests me, by the way, because Sheepstealer was the one that was there.
Yeah,
so and Nettles was not there, so it's very interesting that they chose.
But that's the thing. You gotta leave a certain room for interpretation when you're doing adaptations.
Yeah. What color will we went? In the book, I was with green. In the show, I'm black.
I'm a black Negro through and through.
In the show, I'm black, 100%. The more you learn, the more you would kind of
It's horrible to be. It's horrible because being on the black side means you're sort of team incest, but
there was I saw a few people complain about how they were like when old Rainier, when she was at the thing, she could have ended the whole thing right there, and I'm like, that then the show wouldn't be here. Even though I don't know why they added that on the show, because she could have, but in the book she didn't do that. He just flew around and everybody was scared.
Yeah, so she didn't actually pull up.
Yeah, but I see what y'all talking about, because he was not on his dragon. She could have just been like, just end this right now. I don't have to deal with this. That's one thing that I saw y'all complain about that I actually.
Then niggas gotta remember it's a fucking television show.
Yeah, like y'all like, why didn't they just end this? I'm like, do you want seasons?
I was saying, nigga, because the show would be over.
Yeah, but
I'm intrigued to see how this season goes. Like I said, I haven't watched any of the trailers, so because usually they just show you all the cool shit that's going to happen beforehand, and I like to be somewhat surprised.
I'm wondering about something because I don't know in the show.
Like I said, as long as I see the cannibal, yo, that's all I care about.
After I got a question because I don't know this. This is not in the book. Because I'm curious to why some character did something they did. I wonder, does Raina involvement in this? caused something that led to that eventually happening. Because in the book, I didn't understand why it happened.
Yeah. I was thinking
But
the same
I
thing.
can see, I can see
Raina being on Sheep Stealer and her part in this, it because like you can't just sort of let bygones be bygones and be like, oh well, she didn't know any better. She still cost the prince's life to a certain extent. Because we got to be honest, if Sheep Stealer doesn't show up, Jace probably doesn't die.
Yeah. So that part I do wonder about, because something that happened later in the book, I was confused to why it happened. But if it happened like this in the story, it makes so much sense because of the repercussions that.
And that's what I'm saying. You can see with this being from the perspective of the actual people involved, you get a chance to sort of, and I don't know 100%, you sort of get a chance to see about what plausibly could have happened to where these rumors got twisted and these stories got told this way.
Yeah. Because in the book, I promise you, I did not understand why this. We'll talk about it after the show, but I did not understand. But if certain thing led to certain person being mad at a certain person, and that's my grand, it gonna lead to a certain situation.
Because at the end of the day, what just happened low key is that Daemon's daughter costed Rhaenyra's son his life.
Yeah. But that ain't the one I'm worried about. I think Daemon
really?
enough not to care. It's
No. Daemon's not losing out on anything. He didn't give a fuck about Jace to begin with. But Baela and Rhaenyra are his daughters, though.
Yeah. So
we're Baela and Rhaena, not Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra's his niece / wife.
Yo, by the way, this scene is crazy. I want to show how. And by the way, her look on it is how disgusted she is, because she's like, I'm not part of this family. I am not part of this family. Why did you do this? What?
Yeah, she was like, I am not a Targaryen. I am not a Targaryen. Okay, I understand.
Her look is of disgust. Like, what the did you just do?
Yeah,
he's the king.
And think in his mind, yo, that's Targaryen Tuesday, brother.
Did he marry his sister, basically?
No, Aegon's the one that married his sister.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But
talking about incest, you get confused.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of incest going on. But never forget the original Targaryen trio was fucking Aegon the Conqueror and his two sister wives. Literally sister wives. Not sister wives as in the fact that he had two of them. Sister wives in the fact that both of his wives were his fucking sisters. Which one rode Vagar, the other one rode shit. I can't remember its name, but it died it was one of the first dragons that the Dornish killed, and that's why the Dornish were the last of the Seven Kingdoms to swear fealty, because they were actually putting belt to ass low key.
Isn't old girl pregnant right now?
Who?
Jace's girl.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm adding something that I don't supposed to add yet, but I don't. But I figure wouldn't you know that? But
I don't know. Would she have raced out to fight on the back of a dragon? Would he have told her to come with him if he knew she was pregnant?
Yeah. So. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wouldn't that?
Yeah, he don't know it. I'm just saying. I'm thinking if he knew, he would he gone out there as quickly.
Well, I think if he'd have known, he wouldn't have had her come with him.
That's true.
You don't send your baby mama out on Dragonback to fight in a fucking naval combat if you think she's pregnant. Which is also, never forget, his stepsister / cousin / possibly soon to be baby mama.
Before we go, I do have one question for you, Afro, because we don't cover
so even the non-white haired Targaryens, they're still out there on that incest tip.
But I saw somebody said Daenerys would have handled better than it's two questions. Would have handled this better than Rhaenyra. I'm like, She didn't have to fight other dragons. She's literally the only person with dragons.
She never had to fucking go up against like dragon on dragon combat. Wasn't a thing until the fucking Night King taking fucking, which has never happened in the books, folks. Just so you know, we are nowhere near. I mean, we're getting that, but we're not far enough to where the Night King's pulling up stealing dragons in the books. That shit. Never forget that the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones had no source material.
Bro, this is what Bro, I just read an account, and this is what I want to talk about. The problem with, because people are talking about the writing, but I promise you, these people are making up things that didn't happen in the book. The problem with Jacaerys in the book, he dies like a hero, brave and bold, fighting the end to save his brothers. He didn't do that. We can literally look this up in the book. They said nothing about his brothers. His brothers were there. In the book, his brother is there. Even the Aegon III is there hiding, but he's not even, they even showed him. But he did not die trying to save them. Y'all just make that up. Y'all just made that entire thing up. I went and looked at the book and read that. Last night I read it on Twitter and I really said, did I misremember? And read the whole portion. They mentioned nothing about his brother. And this fascination with this book thing that y'all just start making up scenes is crazy. Y'all can say,
brother.
Y'all can say that it was the way they portrayed him tricking his mother, which wasn't in the books, was stupid. I can agree with that. But just making up a scene to make him more heroic than he was in his thing is crazy to me, because that is insane that y'all made it up.
That never happened.
Now, if you would have said that if you even say that would be a better story than what they did. Okay. But just to make it up like it happened.
But saying this is what happened, knowing blatantly that's not what happened, is crazy.
Let's see. Let's see if I can find the chapter again. I was on my. Let's see, did he? Because I could be wrong. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure, because I read it again, the book. But I want to see if it might was an inference before that chapter, right before that part that I didn't read. That I might could be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me what chapter and page it was. Well, not page, but yeah, y'all can tell me what page it was. But I could be wrong. Reddit saying he did, but I don't remember any of it.
Like I said,
I know. No, I have. He went out there to get his captured brother Viserys. He was captured. But when he died, it had nothing to do with him. He went out there to save. So I get what y'all saying. It was the chapter. He got kidnapped. They didn't mention it in that chapter. So I do remember that vaguely now. He went out. The only reason he was out was for that. But to say his two brothers was somewhere out there, his other brother was hiding. Aegon III.
Okay, wait, but cousin. Aegon's the cousin. Because the one brother was already dead. Because Rhaenyra has
Aegon III would be her and Daemon's youngest, but he ain't in the show. So
did they name one Aegon too? Because Aegon's the one that got burned up.
Yeah, the Aegon III is the one we talking about. He was he's the baby that Daemon's youngest son that they have.
No, hold on. Because there's Aegon the Conqueror.
Yeah, Aegon III.
The first
being Aegon. The king after. Yeah.
So Viserys, I don't think Viserys' son was Aegon II, though.
No, it's the other Aegon. You got the other one, Aegon, then you got the baby one. I don't know if it's third or fourth. I might be wrong. Yeah, Aegon the third is right. Aegon the younger. Aegon the younger.
Okay, so I guess but we're saying that Rhaenyra's got an Aegon and Alicent's got an Aegon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I think I might.
The Targaryen family tree is mad fucked up, so it's hard to keep it in line. But all in all, I think this was a stupid.
Oh yeah, what you say?
No, I was just saying. All in all, I think this was a super strong start for a season opener.
I don't know what Joe talking about, but I don't know. Okay. I don't know what that means, but it was really solid to me. I did have a few issues with it. You can watch my other preview of the other thing to tell you. I did think there was a really good episode. It was exciting. It didn't fix a lot of problems I had with season 2, but we got time. I'm not too pressed. It was fun to watch. And I see a lot of people comparing it to Seven Nights and saying it's nowhere near as good as that, which makes me I gotta watch that because y'all hyping this shit up to the levels I ain't.
Yeah, they hyped the fuck out of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And I don't know because I didn't like the Heads Night book. It didn't move me, so to speak.
Yeah.
So maybe they did it. Maybe they did it better in the TV show. Yeah. But it's weird they've got that TV show going on right now too, because that happens like 30 years, 40 years after the Dance with Dragons, because it's only House of the Dragon starts 100 and something years roughly before the start of Game of Thrones, and fucking a Hedge Night takes place like 30 years before the start of Game of Thrones. So
let me talk to you for a second.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Joe. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys. No, I just have a problem because I'm talking about Hot D.
Yes.
And how are the Targaryens? I'm talking about Egg. Where does Egg fit in? I watched the night of several realms.
Oh,
whatever it is.
Joe, that happens. That is literally.
I only came on here because you're trying to make me look like a fool, like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I'm asking a question.
Joe, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is 60 years after Hot D.
I ain't even watched
60 years after.
So that's probably why I don't know what you're talking about.
So the Targaryen family has been ostracized after Hot D.
Yes. Hot D is the story of how
understand. So my friend Zelmay, stop doing me bad, bro. We're just trying to understand.
Let me explain it to you.
No,
I'm trying to explain it to you, but you're interrupting me for some reason. I'm trying to explain it to you, but you're interrupting me, so I don't think you actually.
I apologize. I was talking to you I was talking to Zelmay through you, and I apologize. I'm so here I am. I want to understand. Please tell me.
A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is based on a book called The Hedge Knight that is literally okay. It's good you came in here. House of the Dragons is set roughly 100 to 120 years before the start of Game of Thrones proper.
Got you.
The Hedge Knight, the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, is set roughly 40.
Who is Egg? Who is Egg in regards to Mad King?
Aegon is Aegon the Aegon in Night of the Seven Kingdoms is Aegon the Fourth, because Aegon the Second and Aegon the Third are in House of the Dragons time. So he is Aegon the Fourth. And like I said,
who is the Mad King? What number is Mad King?
The Mad King is Viserys, and he's at the beginning. He's Viserys the Second, the dad from the first season. He's named after.
Get away from Aegon and go into a whole not
Viserys. Aerys is the Mad King. Aerys Targaryen is the Mad King, not Aerys.
So there's no Aegon to this.
That's Daenerys. Daenerys' dad. Daenerys' dad is Aerys, the Mad King, the king with no dragons.
So
because the house is he dies. Joe, this is a Night of the Seven Kingdoms is literally 50 years before Game of Thrones starts. So
I ain't even seen that show, so I have no clue.
Okay,
on the show.
Is Ned there? Is Ned involved in this?
No, Ned hasn't been born yet, or will be born.
Okay, there's no start to this. There's no start to this?
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm casual.
Well, I mean, obviously there's Starks, but none of the Starks that you know. Obviously there's Starks involved because the Starks have been there. But yeah, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is after House of the Dragons. Like decades.
I ain't gonna watch that show yet, so I have no clue what's going on.
So Night of the Seven Kingdoms is Ned around? Like help us out.
No, Ned has not been born yet. or is just about to be born, if anything. Because,
Hot
like I said,
D
it's literal.
Hot D is before.
Yes, Hot D is 100 years before the start of Game of Thrones.
Okay, understood. Okay, I'm understanding. Where's Egg at?
He's dead by the time Game of Thrones starts.
He's 100%
What happened to him?
You'll
He's such
find
a
out.
nice
Watch
guy.
the show or read the book. Actually, technically, he could be. Look, he could be the three-eyed raven, brother. Honestly,
That's why I did see that.
I see.
We don't know that. We gotta
I
watch
see.
We gotta
That
watch.
would
we
make
don't
sense.
know because we don't have the seventh book to corroborate anything, or sixth book. So, but yes, the way they set it up, potentially the Aegon from A Night of the Seven Kingdoms could be the three-eyed crow from Game of Thrones.
Is there some Snow family to this?
Joe, Snow is
Snow is the name for bastards of the North. You got to remember, Jon Snow.
Is there some King's
and we don't know
Landing
any
bastards
books.
going on?
Well, when you're a bastard in the Seven Kingdoms, whatever region you come from becomes your last name. Like Jon Snow was a bastard of the North, so he was Jon Snow. If he was a bastard that was born in fucking like the Dornish lands, his last name would be Sand because they're the desert people. If he was born in the West, it would be fucking it would be Stone because they're a mining fucking region.
So what does this have to do with Gara?
Or
if
they come from like Lady Catelyn, and if they're a bastard from the Riverlands, their last name is River.
What does this have to do with Gara? And then also, who is the true Jinchuriki?
All right, it's time to get off the show. I appreciate y'all for watching.
Hit
that notification bell.
Well,
I'm just asking a question.
Thank you for being here. Y'all know
You're
what to
asking
do.
a question
Search for
about
us at
relevant.
over on 99 media .org and email us at over on 99
Hot D.
Gmail. Y'all see it. I appreciate y'all for watching. We are out. Peace.
Peace.
I think I hit it. What's up?
Turn the cameras on, hit the mics, let's go. From a couch to a cosmos, watch us steal the show.